Hello, dear students. I am Dr. Kapil Chaturvedi, Associate Professor in Department of Computer Science and Engineering, Sage Group Bhopal. Today, we'll discuss the next topic: big data challenges, big data analytics use cases, big data business drivers, and also we'll discuss 4 Bs of big data in our subject data analytics. Now, when we discuss about the big data, so the first thing which we uh, think about that, what kind of challenges we will face during the management of big data. So here we have some challenges like we have a lots of data in big data. It means we are talking about the data which is in data centers, and we are collected data from different archives, documents, business applications, media, social networks, public websites, data storages, machine log, web log data, and sensor data, etc. So we are collecting the data from different kind of sources. We have a heterogeneous collection of the data. And when we are going to manage this kind of data which is collected from different document which may be Excel's documents, CSV files, PDF files, and different kind of files. And also we have some files of audio, video files, image files. We have data from different in the form of different databases. We have some data from collected from the big data sources like Hadoop. We have the data which is generated from the different sources. So you can assume easily how much amount of data we have, and how that kind of data is not easy to manage. So these are the challenges in big data management. Now, when we go on the big data analytics, so we have two kind of analytics. We perform the analytics over the traditional data, and we perform the analytics in big data. So we compare that in some of the factors like on what analytics focuses by the traditional analytics. So traditional analytics focuses basically on descriptive analysis and diagnosis analysis. This is a simple kind of analysis. But if we are talking about the big data analytics, then we are talking about a predictive analytic, predictive analysis. It means we are talking about to generate the knowledge from huge amount of data by analyzing data, by performing different tasks in the form of algorithms over the data, and try to fetch some kind of knowledge for prediction perspective. Data sets. In case of simple data traditional or simple data analytics, we have small data sets which have limited data. Data is already clean, and data is not complex because many of the times data will be in the form of a row and columns. That data will be in general in the structured form. But in case of big data, we have large amount of data, and data is difficult and typical also because we have a variety of data. Many of the data is raw data, having noise, and that data also, and the data is also complex. That's why we perform the pre-processing over the data, to clean data, to manage the data, to remove the noise from the data. So in case of supports, what happened and why? So basically we perform traditional analytics because we have only we have question what happened and why it will happen. But in case of big data analytics, we uh, have to take big decisions, and we want accurate decisions because we are analyzing data, we are performing analytics to make decisions related to the financial matters, related to the our business growth. So there are huge difference between traditional analytics and big data analytics. Now the next topic is big data analytics use case. So in this case, you can see we have three circles: real-time intelligence, data discovery, and business reporting. So these three kind of operations we perform in data analytics. We can perform the data analytics over the real-time to perform the real-time knowledge. Data is continuously generating, and we are performing the data analytics operations over the data and try to fetch the current knowledge, real-time knowledge in the present scenario. Sometimes we need to find out the knowledge on the basis of previous data. In the data discovery, we are performing different kind of algorithms like classification, regression, clustering, and associational mining. Different kind of algorithms we apply to discover our knowledge. And sometimes we perform the data discovery for business intelligence perspective purpose, where business reporting, we will prepare the business reporting by performing different operations we may apply the classification operations, we may apply clustering to classify the data, and we can perform different kind of algorithms over the data for find the business intelligence decisions. Here we have one diagram which where we can easily understand what kind of process we have to follow uh, to mine the knowledge. Actually, what process we adopt to mine the knowledge. So here we have a simple relational reference architecture in which we have a data sources. Data sources, it means data may be structured, semi-structured, or unstructured. We perform the data, we integrate the data by performing ETL process. ETL stands for extract, transform, and load. So we perform the extract, transform, load operation. Many kind of messaging we perform. We have some APIs, ODBC operations, and replications also. So we integrate the data by applying these kind of approaches. Then we keep our data in data storage, put our data in data storage, in data warehouses, data marts, and operational data stores. And thereafter, by applying different algorithms over the data, we perform, we fetch a huge amount of knowledge, and to easy understand that knowledge, we analyze the result by performing different queries. We can save the data at different OLAP servers, and analytics we can apply. And by getting the appropriate knowledge and to easy understand that knowledge, we represent that knowledge by several ways like web browsers, net desktop, mobile devices, and web services. So different kind of way where we can display our knowledge. But in real-time scenario, right now, we are talking about the big data. It means we have a lots of data, and we cannot just perform these all operations manually right now, because we have a lots of data in the data centers. So our algorithms are not appropriate to perform the operations over the real-time and present data. So we use special kind of tools for data analytics like Hadoop, and we perform the operations like HDFS and MapReduce to manage the data and also to process the data. Here, the diagram represent we have the data collected from different sources, which is in the form of structured, unstructured, and semi-structured. And once we fetch the data and integrate the data by performing ETL messaging and APIs, different API processing as a previous way, we provide the data for the Hadoop, and Hadoop system manage the data by applying by using by the help of HDFS. Basically, HDFS is the Hadoop distributed file system, which manage the data smartly and fastly also. So by managing the data by the help of HDFS, that can access the data speedily. And here we can see MapReduce. MapReduce is basically is the operation to process the data fastly to gather knowledge. So we manage the data by IGFS, and we process the data by MapReduce. And by performing different query and reporting, we represent the data over the browser, or by using the different kind of tools to represent data to better understand the data uh, in the easy form. Now we have some business drivers, big data business drivers, uh, like the digitization of society, the implementing technology costs, the connectivity through cloud computing, increased knowledge about data science, social media applications, the upcoming Internet of Things. Basically, the Internet of Things is already coming the market and generate a lots of data. And this is also a challenging phase where we have to manage the IoT sensors and sensor generated data. Uh, so right now, the scientists also working on a new technology named Ace Computing to manage that kind of data. So this is the business drivers for big data. The most important thing, many of time, the question arises in our mind uh, on what kind of data, or what kind of data will we say says as a big data, or which data will be the big data. So simply we can say the data which follow these four V's, the data which follows these four V's is known as big data. So the first V is volume. It means the data should be voluminous. The amount of data should be voluminous. Uh, that maybe in the of a terabyte records, transactions, tables, files, structures, unstructured data, or a different variety of data. But the data should be in voluminous. And second one is variety. Variety, it means the data should be collected from heterogeneous sources. If the data is collected from single source, then that we cannot say that data is big data. So data will always be collected from variety of sources. So here various data sources, social media, mobile and to mobile to mobile, structured and unstructured data. So data should be of variety, not of single. Velocity is basically uh, directly says, we directly says the velocity, it means the time variant data. Time variant data, it means on what time what event is occurred, on what time what record was occurred. So if you have not time oriented data, if you have not the data uh, which has not the time variant, it means we don't know on what time what data is generated. So many of the time we cannot use that kind of data for knowledge discovery because we don't know on what time the data is generated. So we must know the data with velocity. It means we must know the data with the time. Velocity is um, uh, it basically says the various levels of data uncertainty of reliability. Uh, Directly we can say that how much reliable data it is. We cannot use here the data which is unreliable. So because we are going to generate, or we are going to discover knowledge because we have to take some important decisions on the basis of this knowledge. If we have our data is not reliable, then we cannot get the appropriate knowledge or reliable knowledge, and also that will affect our decision. So that kind of thing is not acceptable in big data. So these four properties are we have these four properties we have in big data. And big data, if any kind of data has these four properties, then we can say that that data is big data. So okay, so this is our lecture. In next lecture, we will discuss about crowdsourcing and mobile business intelligence. Thank you.